Hi friends, I'm Juani and welcome to Juani's house. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make oven fried ribs. Yes guys, we're going to fry these ribs, but we're going to do it in the oven. Now I wanted to bring this recipe to you guys because we're coming upon the holidays, and just in case you want to try something a little bit different for your main course, or these will be great as appetizers. Maybe for like an hour and a half before your actual dinner. These will be great, something different to bring out, or like I said, something different for your main entree. These fried ribs would be fantastic to have. So I actually had shared a video from Aldi's, and we was going through Aldi's because we are preparing for the holidays, and I was sharing with you while in Aldi some of the great holiday things that you might want to stop in and pick up right now beforehand. So one, before they're all sold out, and two, so that you can have what you need for the holidays. So this recipe is perfect for any dinner. Like tonight we're gonna have it as Sunday dinner, but like I said, this will be great to have stacked up on a real nice platter for your guests to pick up, and then you can have like different types of sauces or barbecue sauces to the side, maybe some type of chutney. They can just kind of spray it on there and sit while they're watching the game on Thanksgiving. Yes guys, I'm thinking about you. So no more talking. I'm going to show you how to make these oven fried ribs, guys, and they're going to taste like something you have never tasted before, promise you. So what I'm going to have here first, let me go over everything that I'm using. Now these spices or whatever, you can use whatever you like, whatever your favorite seasons are, that's what you can use. So you know, I have my Tony Chitari here, my Cajun seasoning, I have some black pepper right here, I have paprika, I have some onion powder as well as some garlic powder. This right here is the Kingsford Cajun style all-purpose season, and this is spicy, so this is going to give us a little bit of kick. So I'm going to have that in there. Also, I want to counteract a lot of those seasons with a little bit of lemon pepper, so I want a little bit of acidity in my seasoning. I also have some Duke's mayonnaise, guys. I swear by Duke's mayonnaise. I love that stuff. This is the mayonnaise that I always use, and some people say mayonnaise is just mayonnaise. I disagree. This is the mayonnaise that I use in my famous potato salad. Now that's all I'm telling y'all about that. But that right here is a staple. And if I don't have Duke's, I will not make my potato salad, because I've tried it with other mayonnaise and it is just not the same. So I have my Duke's mayonnaise here. I have some cornstarch, some flour, some pure vegetable oil right here, and I have the star attraction here, and these are some baby back pork ribs. Now when we're talking about the pork ribs, when you can find the pork ribs at Aldi's, I'm making a special effort to say Aldi's and not Aldi's, because you guys know how I will slaughter it, but get them. When you find these at Aldi's, get them. These pork ribs, I tell you, they are the best ribs in the world. I don't know what kind of pig they come from, but they're good. These ribs are so freaking tender. They're baby back ribs, and these were $6.43 for this slab. This slab here was $6.21. So we can get each ribs probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14 ribs on here. So that's about 28 ribs. So you can just think 2 or 3 ribs per serving. So if you're having a bigger crowd, you might need an extra slab of ribs. So for under $20, that is a really great main meal protein, or that is a great appetizer. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to mix all of my spices in this bowl here. I also have these gloves because this is going to be a messy messy processing of it, preparation of it. So I definitely going to have my gloves. So what I want to do, and I'm just measuring, I'm just thinking this is a half a teaspoon. So I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of each spice in here. Okay. And then I'm going to come back. Okay, now the one spice I forgot to mention that I'm adding in this is some ground mustard. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix all of our seasonings together, and so that is going to be more than enough for our ribs. And then we're also going to add some of this to our flour mixture. Okay. Alright, so now that is looking really good. Now you see all of the seasonings in that and how it all is blended nicely together. Okay, so now that is ready. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to now focus on these ribs here. So I'm going to take the ribs out of this package. I am going to wash them very well. I have just cleaned my sink over here, and I cleaned it with the regular cleaning my Mrs. Meyer's dish soap, and then I came and rinsed it off with hot water, and then I wiped it down really good with the unfiltered raw apple cider vinegar. I've used all of that, cleaned that, and then rinsed it back off with hot water. So this is ready to go. And now I'm just going to clean this. We're going to take the membranes off of this these ribs, and then we're going to get ready to prepare them. Now these are room temperature. They're out. They've been out of the refrigerator. I mean, I bought them back from the store, so they've been out ever since I picked them up from the store. So maybe for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, so they're room temperature. So these are perfect to go ahead and start working with right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up, and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so make sure I get you guys close enough. All right, so I've washed and cleaned my baby back ribs here, and as you see, I removed the membrane from both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start getting nasty, and I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves, and we're going to go ahead and start massaging all of those spices into this meat. Now the good thing about this recipe, like I said, and it was actually inspired by another YouTuber who has a channel, and Mr. B had saw the video, and he was like, "Oh baby, you can do that." And I was like, huh, I know I could. And what caught my attention is because you guys know I love any type of meal I could cook where I don't have to babysit it and at the stove, and especially on a Sunday. So this, when I saw this, I was like, huh, let me try it. And so I did, and it was really good. It was very, very good. My mama always asked me, have I ever had fried ribs? And I told her no. And then but then I saw Gina Young do some, and she fried hers. Now she actually fried hers, so I'm assuming that's probably what my mom was talking about. But these are oven fried, and so it's a little bit different. And so when I saw this other young lady do hers, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And I tried it her way. It was really, really good. And then I started like, let me enhance on this. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I have my gloves on, and so I'm gonna go ahead and dredge all of this goodness over these ribs. Okay, and I don't want to use all of it because, like I said, I am going to put some in the flour, and so that should be enough. And I'm just gonna massage this all over these ribs. I'm gonna turn it over. I want to get it everywhere. Taking these ribs to the spa, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Now we're gonna turn this over. I'm gonna put a little bit here on this side. And once again, we're gonna massage these here. Mr. B always says that, he says, my gosh, you can season the heck out of some meat. And I mean, I want my meat to be seasoned well. I can't stand any bland meat, you know, so I try my best. Now, I don't like it to be salty. I don't like it to be overly seasoned. I want it to be seasoned just right. And I remember my great grandmama, when she used to cook, like she would like get her finger and taste the meat, you know, while she's doing that, you know, to make sure. But she always, you know, would have like perfectly seasoned food. Very, very good cook. So see, I'm gonna place these on top of each other like this, and then let this sit for about 5 minutes, because now we're gonna start getting our oh, you know what, let me do, I just remembered something. Before we even start working with the flour, I forgot our main attraction. It's looking right in my face. Okay, so our Duke's mayonnaise. You're gonna put this Duke's mayonnaise all over this. Now, you might hear people talking about, I don't like mayonnaise or whatever. They're not even gonna taste this. But what it is going to do is, what they're gonna taste is like goodness. They're gonna taste goodness. So when I saw the young lady use the Dukes, I was like, oh yeah, she know, that girl can cook. She knows what she's talking about right here. And so yes, 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 look at that. Now that Duke's mayonnaise, all of the goodness that goes into making that mayonnaise, and then all of this goodness that I've just seasoned this meat with. This meat is so happy that it made it to Juani's house. It's a, oh my, of all the houses that I could have gone to, I have made it to Juani's house. I'm okay with this sacrifice, because I'm about to do it some justice. Yes, I am. So, okay, so now this is like this. This is what I meant to do. I know something look wrong. It's not right. So this is how it's supposed to look. So now we good. So now I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes while we start working on our flour mixture. Okay, so I'm just gonna wash my hands here. And in this, I'm gonna use this same bowl that I have right here. Move this out the way. Now I told you guys that this was messy, and so that's why I use my glass cutting board. And I use a glass one specifically for the meat, because the glass isn't porous, so I won't have to worry about, you know, using, like if I were to use plastic, you know, and all the sanitize, having to sanitize that. So it's just a whole lot easier. So in my flour here, I have our seasonings, and I'm gonna add, this is maybe like 6 tablespoons of flour. Okay, and then I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of this cornstarch here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. All right. And then I'm going to mix it. So I'm going to put down in below both of the channels, the one that I was inspired by, well, who Mr. B was inspired by, and then as well as Gina Young's, how she fries hers, and so that you can see the difference in what I'm doing and what they have done and how they prepared theirs. Okay. All right. Okay. Now the last thing that I am going to add to mine. Hold on. Is a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just gonna dredge this on here very, very lightly, and this is going to help this with it stand better. And this is I like that Carnelli olive oil. You get it from Aldi's, and it has a very like faint flavor, but I think it tastes really good with Duke's mayonnaise. I think it enhances the flavor. Okay, so we about to go old school on you. I don't know if your mama was like my mama, but they had those old paper bags. Well, I don't have a paper bag, but I have an Aldi's bag. So I'm going to turn my, oh no, keep it like this. I'm going to keep my bag like this. And then I'm going to put my ribs in my bag. Okay. So we have the ribs in the bag. Oh, all this goodness. I hate to leave it on here. Okay, so you can see in the bag, hopefully. Let me move this out the way. Okay, so now you can see in the bag, you see our ribs there in the bag. All right, and then I'm going to put my flour all over my ribs, and then we're gonna shake it up. Okay, so now I have my pan here, and then I have my baking rack on here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preheat my oven to 365 degrees. And so now I'm going to shake this up one more time so you guys can see how this looks. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Okay. And we're going to put it on our rack like this. And then there's no mess. This bag now can go in the trash. So it has been recycled. Alright, I'm going to wash our hands one more time. So this is a great time to just let that sit. We let all of those flavors begin to meld into our meat, as well as the flour, and the flour will begin to meld with the mayonnaise mixture, and yes, all of them are introducing themselves to each other. So while the oven is preheated, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up here in the background so we can get ready for our next course that I'm not going to share with you guys. This is what I wanted to share with you, and then we're gonna also cook this for 60 minutes at 365, and then I'm going to turn it up to 300 and around 375, 380 degrees, and then it's going to cook for another 60 minutes. So for a total of an hour and 20 minutes is how long it's going to take for this to cook. And guys, it's going to be amazing. So for that hour and 20 minutes, your girl could be working on other tasks that she has to take care of, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come back momentarily. Okay, so our timer just went off. I'm going to go ahead and place these uncovered on the top rack in the oven, and that's it. I'll come back and see you guys later after the first 60 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put my timer here for 60 minutes. All right. Now this is what the ribs look like after the first 60 minutes. I'm just going to turn it over, and then I'm going to raise the heat up to 180, and then we're cooking them for 60 more minutes. Now this is the ribs. I've cut them into rib slices, and guys, the outside is crispy, the inside is very moist. These are so good. And I just had these with macaroni and cheese, and we also had some mixed cabbage with spinach. Guys, that is so good. If you have never had that before, you need to. And I made up some barbecue sauce, and I kind of dressed up bottled barbecue sauce with some orange juice, a little bit of zesty Italian dressing, and let it cook. Guys, so good. And so yeah, these are my fried ribs. Once again, these will be great appetizers with some sauces on the side. You can have your barbecue sauce, you can have a blue cheese, you can have ranch, you can have a honey mustard, and just have it sitting around. This will be so much fun. It's something unexpected, and it's definitely something delicious. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new to Juani's house, I would love for you to subscribe. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of my upcoming uploads. Make sure you also go on over and check me out on Instagram. You can find me there at Juani's house, JUANISHOUSE. I would love to have you at both locations. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave, but before I go, you know what I always say. The next time you're in town, you can always stop by Juani's house, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.